Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the Marvel fandom lately, Rosario Dawson's almost cameo in Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Now, if you're like me, you probably thought, wait, Rosario Dawson in a Spider-Man movie? How did I miss that? Well, turns out, you didn't miss it, because it got cut. And personally, I think this is one of those behind-the-scenes stories that's way more fascinating than it seems at first glance. Here's the deal. Rosario Dawson, who plays Claire Temple in the MCU, revealed during a fan Q&A that she actually filmed a scene for Brand New Day. Claire, for those who might not remember, is the nurse who's been a quiet but crucial part of the Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil and Luke Cage. What makes this really interesting is that Claire isn't just any character, she's one of the few bridges between the Netflix side of the MCU and the bigger cinematic universe. So, her popping up in a Spider-Man movie would have been a huge deal for fans who've been begging for more crossovers. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Rosario didn't just casually mention this, she did it with a mix of humor and genuine disappointment. When the crowd groaned, she joked about her mom being upset that she couldn't post behind-the-scenes photos. And honestly, that's such a relatable moment. We've all had those almost moments in life, right? But what many people don't realize is that these cut scenes often reveal bigger decisions happening behind the scenes. Was it a runtime issue? A tonal shift? Or maybe they just couldn't find the right place for Claire in the story. It raises a deeper question about how these massive movies are pieced together and what gets left on the cutting room floor. What's also striking is Rosario's personal connection to Spider-Man. She talked about her uncle being a comic book artist who first learned to draw Spider-Man, and how the character holds a special place in her family. There's even a comic panel where young Spider-Man goes to the same elementary school Rosario attended. If you take a step back and think about it, that's the kind of detail that makes these roles so meaningful for actors. It's not just a job, it's a connection to something bigger. So, when she says her BTS post was already ready, you can feel the excitement and heartbreak in that moment. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Brand New Day is a massive movie, we're talking $1.6 billion at the box office. It's the kind of film where every second of screen time is scrutinized and fought over. So, cutting Rosario's cameo wasn't just a small decision, it was part of a larger strategy to keep the story tight and focused. But here's the thing, in a movie that's already packed with characters, does cutting one more really matter? Personally, I think it does. Claire Temple might not be a household name, but she's a character with a lot of untapped potential. Her presence could have been a subtle nod to the Netflix shows and a way to keep the MCU feeling interconnected. And let's not forget the fans. Rosario's cameo would have been a huge win for viewers who've been clamoring for more of the Netflix characters in the main MCU. It's a reminder that these decisions aren't just about storytelling, they're about audience expectations and the emotional investment we have in these worlds. A detail I find fascinating is how Rosario still holds out hope that Claire might cross paths with Spider-Man someday. It's a testament to how much these characters mean to the actors who play them. So, what does this all suggest? To me, it's a reminder that even the biggest movies are works in progress, shaped by countless decisions we'll never see. It's also a nod to the larger trend of the MCU trying to balance its sprawling universe. With so many characters and storylines, something's always going to get left behind. But maybe that's part of the magic, the what-ifs and almosts, that keep us guessing and hoping for more. Closing thought, Rosario Dawson's cut cameo isn't just a trivia fact, it's a window into the complexities of filmmaking and the emotional stakes of these stories. It makes me wonder, how many other moments like this are out there, waiting to be uncovered? And more importantly, what does it mean for the future of the MCU? Personally, I'm still holding out hope for Claire Temple's return. After all, in a universe this big, there's always room for one more hero, or nurse.